The rising tension between OpenAI and Anthropic. A major conflict has emerged between two of the AI industry's biggest players, OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT, and Anthropic, the creator of Claude. At the heart of this controversy is a bold accusation that OpenAI misused Anthropic's proprietary coding tools during the development of its next-generation AI model, GPT-5. According to Anthropic, OpenAI violated the terms of service by using its Claude APIs for more than standard benchmarking. This escalation has led to Anthropic officially cutting off OpenAI's access to the Claude models, marking one of the most public and consequential disputes the AI world has seen to date. Allegations of misuse during GPT-5 testing. Anthropic's central claim is that OpenAI used Claude not merely for evaluation, but for deep internal testing while refining GPT-5. While benchmarking across models is common in the AI industry, Anthropic believes OpenAI's activities went beyond acceptable use. According to a report first published by Wired, OpenAI engineers were accessing Claude not through the front-end interface that everyday users interact with, but via Anthropic's developer APIs. These allowed more precise, automated, and large-scale testing of Claude's responses. Anthropic says OpenAI ran Claude through a battery of sophisticated tasks, ranging from code generation and creative writing to complex and safety-sensitive prompts, including those related to CSAM, child sexual abuse material, self-harm, and defamation. These are key evaluation areas in the lead-up to the release of any major AI model, and Anthropic believes OpenAI's tests weren't just for comparison, they helped train GPT-5 itself. Anthropic sees this as a serious violation. From Anthropic's point of view, this isn't more than just a misunderstanding. It's a breach of trust and policy. The company has been clear from the beginning that its tools are not to be used to build competing systems. This clause in its terms of service exists to prevent its intellectual property from being leveraged for rival commercial AI development. Christopher Nolte, Anthropic's spokesperson, stated that Claude Code has become the go-to choice for coders everywhere, and that it was no surprise to learn OpenAI's own technical staff were also using our coding tools. But he emphasized that this wasn't just casual interest. It was, in their view, a direct violation of the usage agreement. Access restrictions imposed on OpenAI. In response to what it views as a clear breach, Anthropic has revoked OpenAI's developer-level access to Claude. This includes blocking access to Claude's powerful coding tools and creative response features, resources that may have been instrumental in helping OpenAI finalize GPT-5. However, Anthropic is not fully severing ties. They stated that OpenAI will still retain limited access for the sake of safety benchmarking and comparative testing, which is standard practice in the AI field. This ensures that models can still be evaluated for risks and edge cases, but not refined or trained using Claude's internal mechanics. OpenAI's response and industry perspective. OpenAI has responded with restraint but expressed disappointment. In a statement to Wired, Chief Communications Officer Hannah Wong said, "It's industry standard to evaluate other AI systems to benchmark progress and improve safety." She noted that while OpenAI respects Anthropic's right to enforce its policies, it finds the decision to block access disappointing, particularly because OpenAI still offers full API access to Anthropic and others. The tone was diplomatic, signaling that OpenAI doesn't want to escalate the matter, even as it clearly disagrees with the severity of the restriction. A pattern of protection from Anthropic. This isn't the first time Anthropic has restricted a company from using its AI services. Earlier this year, the company blocked API access to Claude for Windsurf, a startup known for its AI coding tools. The reason? Rumors were swirling that OpenAI was preparing to acquire Windsurf, which would have given it indirect access to Claude through Windsurf's implementations. Anthropic acted quickly, removing any potential backdoor. At that time, Chief Science Officer Jared Kaplan remarked, "It would be odd for us to be selling Claude to OpenAI." Clearly, the company is willing to take assertive action when it perceives a threat to its intellectual assets or long-term strategy. What this means for GPT-5 development. As GPT-5 approaches, every detail surrounding its development is under the microscope. Allegations that OpenAI might have used a competitor's proprietary tools to help shape it could have long-term implications. Beyond potential reputational concerns, it highlights how blurred the lines are becoming between standard benchmarking, fair use, and competitive exploitation. In a field where models are becoming more advanced, more costly to build, and more central to business success, access to rivals' APIs is now a serious point of contention. The blurred line between benchmarking and exploitation. The core question raised by this situation is whether OpenAI's use of Claude truly constituted a misuse or whether it was within the bounds of acceptable research behavior. In the absence of clear, enforceable global norms, companies are left to define their own limits and enforce them internally. What one firm sees as legitimate testing, another may view as direct exploitation. And as the capabilities of large language models continue to converge, the need for more transparent rules across the board is becoming more urgent. The bigger picture in the AI race. This clash also reflects the broader competitive tension in the generative AI space. As language models become more capable and more central to real-world applications, companies are no longer just competing on performance, they're competing on access, strategy, and even ethics. Claude and GPT-5 are not just technical achievements, they're strategic assets in a global race. And that means every API call, every benchmark, and every safety test can carry significant implications. Looking toward the future of AI development. This incident might be the beginning of a larger trend. If companies increasingly start walling off their APIs and tools from competitors, the era of open benchmarking could soon give way to siloed development, where collaboration becomes rare and secrecy dominates. While this may accelerate innovation for individual players, it could also slow the industry's collective progress, particularly in areas like safety, fairness, and transparency, where cross-model comparisons are essential. Conclusion: a battle over more than just code. The Anthropic OpenAI dispute isn't more than just a legal issue or a matter of competitive ethics. It's a sign of how much the landscape is shifting. The battle to build the most advanced AI system is also becoming a battle over data rights, developer access, and research boundaries. As AI becomes more powerful and more embedded in our lives, the question of who can use what and how is no longer academic. It's commercial, it's political, and it's deeply strategic. This story isn't over. As GPT-5 nears release and Claude continues to evolve, all eyes will be on how these two companies move forward and whether the AI community will begin to establish clearer boundaries or continue to operate in the gray.